On me. It's my first time. That's also what she said. Since I'm a little nervous, I wanted to open up with kind of a stupid one-liner. It's a really dumb joke that I thought of the other day. What do you get when you mix male genitalia and modern medicine together? What? Penis. So that's the dumbest thing I'm going to say on that, I promise. And if that was too dumb for you and you leave, that's fine. But it gets better, I swear. So segues are kind of hard. So I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to start. My dad is like my favorite person in the world, and he is an awesome guy, but he's a total weirdo. And he says some really odd stuff some of the times. And one of his favorite lines when I was growing up was to tell people that he was Randy fucking James and that nobody could tell him what to do. And everybody that knows him knows that's a joke. But like I said, my dad's not the brightest guy. So he said this to a cop the one day that pulled him over. And the cop pulls him over and he says, "Sir, you were speeding. Can I see your registration, your ID?" And my dad looks at the cop and he stares him dead in the eye and he goes, "Boy, do you know who I am? I'm Randy fucking James. How about you show me your ID?" The cop fined him $1,000. Like I said, Dad's not real smart. But he is a funny guy. And his favorite word to call people, his favorite nickname for anybody when I was little was ass clown. If you did something stupid, you were an ass clown. And everything, a stupid ass clown, a squirrel bait ass clown, whatever. That was his favorite word for people. And it's kind of fitting. He called me ass clown a lot when I was little because Dad thought I was gay. He still might think I was gay.
Wait, you're not gay?
Yeah, right? I don't know, maybe. But if you'll notice, I only have one earring in. I lost my left one, actually. And if you've ever been to Urban Dictionary, this apparently is the gay ear. So Dad was right. But I got so fed up with my dad telling me that I was gay when I was little. I looked at him the one day and I said, "Oh yeah, Dad? Prove it." Speaking of gay jokes, yeah, my dad really did think I was gay. And I mean, it could have been the fact that I didn't really have any girls over to the house ever. It could have been that I always wanted earrings. It could have been that I had a lot of guy friends. It could have been that I was on the swimming team and he walked into the bathroom the one night while I was shaving my legs. And that's a funny story. I don't have that chair that I wanted, but I was, you know, knee up on the bathtub with a razor and half of one of my legs bare, no hair on it. Dad walks in the bathroom and he looks at me and he looks down at the razor and he looks at me and just starts to slowly back out of the bathroom. And I said, "Dad, it's exactly what it looks like. We'll talk about it in the morning." But since, like I said, I was on a high school swimming. I was on a swimming team in high school, and if you've ever been to a high school, like a public school, like I did, all the bathrooms had that really awful, you know, like one-ply toilet paper. You know what I'm talking about? It's like so crappy you can see through it, and I mean that stuff was so. Yeah, colleges do too. That stuff is so bad. If you wipe too hard, you can poke a hole through it and end up playing with yourself. But speaking of playing with yourself, I always thought it was funny the people who worry about penis size. Like, why are you so worried about the size of your penis? People who go like, "Oh, it's not big enough. It's, you know, I Google it and it's, you know, the average size is bigger than mine." Like, what's the point? Nobody wants to have sex with you anyway. Yeah, no, right? Oh, okay. And it's the same vein of those people who were always like, you know, oh, it's the people who were too confident about the size of their penis were the ones that really got me. They come out and they're like, "Oh yeah, I got like a 7 or an 8 inch. It's you know, it's pretty awesome actually. It's not the biggest you've ever seen, but it's quite impressive." And you know, those are the people I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know, your words are telling me that you've got a big dick and you packed a banana in your lunchbox, but you probably packed some cashews, buddy. So, that's actually all of the straight-up stand-up I have for the night. I didn't have a whole lot because this was really last minute. I didn't even know I was going to do this until like 6:30 tonight. But I've got a couple dumb one-liners like I did earlier. One of them is, what do you call it when somebody drinks too much Coors Light? Domestic abuse. What is a rap artist without his art? He's a rapist. And I had a Pokemon hat on earlier, and the joke isn't quite as good without the hat on, and it's kind of stupid anyway. But I got out of the shower this morning and I thought of this. I said, what do you call a Jamaican guy who really likes to touch people? A Pokemon. And the last three things I've got for the night, I have a really good friend of mine, his name is Travis, and I call him my resident philosopher. He says some of the dumbest things you will ever hear in your entire life, and none of them really ever make any sense, but they're so dumb that when you put them in kind of a philosophical light, they actually are pretty funny. And one of my favorites is, we were sitting at dinner the one night, and he wanted to play a prank on somebody, and he gets this real serious look on his face, and he just looks at me and he goes, now if only you could somehow bottle your ass. And I don't know what he meant by that, but I assume he means to like fart in a jar or something. But that's not what it sounded like. And he was on the phone the one night with his ex-girlfriend, and he got off the phone and he made this kind of weird gargling noise, and I did, what the hell was that? And he goes, that was the sound of me choking down my tears. And then I had one. What was that last one? Oh, okay, this is a pretty good one too, and this is the last thing I've got for the night. We had gone out the one night for groceries. Somebody had mentioned that they wanted a funfetti cake mix, and so we went to Wise's to get a $1 funfetti cake mix box. And like any normal grocery trip, you go for one thing and you wind up with 30 things. So the line that came out of that, which is one of my absolute favorites, is he looks at me with this grocery cart full of stuff, and there's like 4 boxes of cake mix, there's like 2 pounds of bacon, some apples, and none of this stuff makes any sense together. And he looks at me and goes, dude, we're on a $60 cake run. But, alright, so thanks guys. That's it. That's all I have.